This is Shyam Krishnamurthy from the interview portal. Back again today for another session. Today we are going to talk about careers in core engineering. As you all know, when we are all students and we are thinking of different career options, the two options which normally crop up for every student who is pursuing a science stream after 10th is either engineering or medical. Parents want them to either pursue engineering or medical. That's fine, but what happens after you complete 4 years in engineering? You either do an MBA or you join an IT company or you go abroad and join a startup, which is again in software. Or the other option is do an MBA and go into finance or something else, which is typically unrelated to your engineering degree or the 4 years that you actually spent on learning the concepts. So when we are really talking about studying 4 years in engineering, what are we studying? We are either studying electronics or mechanical or civil engineering or chemical engineering or electrical engineering. These are all what we call core engineering streams. These are the technologies on which our modern society is built, whether it is current or automobiles or the buildings that we live in or the petrol that we use. They are all products of civil engineering, chemical engineering, electrical engineering, electronics engineering, mechanical engineering. Computer science, I wouldn't call it a core engineering field because it is dependent on the other core engineering fields. Only when you have technologies built on civil or mechanical or electrical electronics will you use computer science. So what happens to most students is, though they study core engineering streams like what I mentioned before, they end up doing something which is completely unrelated to what they studied, which is not the right way, right? If you're going to spend 4 years of your life studying something, you should develop an interest in that and try to pursue a career related to that. So today I'm going to walk you through. I'm going to show you some interviews of professionals who studied engineering and pursued a career in core engineering. Before we go and look at them, this is our website, theinterviewportal.com. You can search here based on keywords, but today we are going to scroll down and select engineering. If you go down, go to the letter E, you see engineering here. Click on that. So the moment you click on that, it will actually take you to a category called engineering, and you see interviews of different people. As I mentioned before, these tags, which are the keywords here, actually define the relevant content in the interview. Now you'll also notice that there are interviews of many professionals who have actually done something else other than engineering. So this is not an area of core engineering, so we're going to ignore those interviews for today's session. Let's start with aerospace engineer. This professional actually did his aerospace engineering at Indian Institute of Space Technology, Indian Institute of Space Technology, IIST, which is the brainchild of ISRO, the Indian Space Organization. He did a fully funded bachelor's BTech in aerospace engineering, and he did his internship at ISRO, where he worked on the interplanetary orbital transfer between Earth and Mars. A very interesting area. You should read this interview. So that was his first exposure to aerospace and what are the challenges in aerospace. After completing his internship at ISRO, he actually joined the human space flight program in Bangalore as a part of the manned mission program. As you all know, ISRO is planning the manned mission program in the next 5 to 10 years. So manned missions are different from unmanned missions, because in manned missions you have astronauts traveling in space. So you need to make sure you have systems that are designed to support human life when they are in Mars or any other planet. So he's working on a fascinating area related to aerospace, which is on the integration of system designed for manned missions in the future. IIST is again a fantastic institute supported by ISRO, and it gives you full scholarship, but tough to get into. So do look at his interview to understand how he studied or what he did, and get inspired by his interview. The next core engineering career interview that we are going to look at is underground construction and tunneling. This is a very rare area related to civil engineering and in a way civil and geotechnical engineering. So this professional completed his civil engineering followed by geotechnical engineering and then did his PhD in underground tunneling at the University of Colorado. He's still doing his PhD. Very interesting area. So he was exposed to geotechnical engineering when he worked at L&T in underground metro project. And so geotechnical engineering is basically related to structures related to the earth, natural materials of the earth. So if you're working on underground tunnels, right, the tunnels have to be built strong enough to maintain the structural constraints. So he actually uses data visualization technologies to identify risks involved in underground tunneling design processes and communicates this risk to the structural engineers and structural designers, who can ensure that whenever they are building the specifications for tunnels, all these risks are kept in mind. So he uses all his knowledge and experience gained from civil engineering and geotechnical engineering in building futuristic tunnels that, as we all know, right, tunnels are the best way for the future because they don't take too much of space because they are built under the ground. But though the advantages are galore, we also need to ensure that those tunnels are risk free for humans to travel. So this is a fascinating area related to civil engineering and geotechnical engineering. uh, Next interview is of a person who is a PhD in acoustics, which is the science of sound. So she works in a company which is basically working towards researching new materials which with better acoustics properties, especially in the area of power generation. As we all know, power generation is a highly energy intensive industry, right? And when you're talking about high energy, it is also going to have a lot of noise or a lot of sound, a lot of vibration. So she's actually working on looking at sustainable materials which can withstand high energy processes, but which can also absorb the noise and make the process smoother. So science of acoustics is another fascinating area which has applications almost in every sector, including automobiles, right? There is always a demand for quieter automobiles. So acoustics is going to always play a very important role in our society. So she did her mechanical engineering and then did her PhD in acoustics. Next is the interview of an embedded systems engineer. An embedded system is a system which actually is a combination of a hardware and a software system that is embedded in a larger system which performs a specific functionality. So she works on an audio processing embedded system that can be used to run music. As we all know, we have our mobile phones, we have our laptops. All these mobile phones and laptops and iPads perform so many different functionalities, one of which is music, right? We play music on our laptop, iPads, iPhone, wherever we go. How do we get that? Through embedded systems. So she actually works on the control logic to convert signals into audio that we hear, into the music that we hear. So she did her bachelor's in electronics engineering and then master's in electrical drives, and working for Tata Elxsi, which actually builds embedded systems for music and audio. Very interesting area. Next, let's look at the interview of a person who's working on UAV, unmanned aerial vehicles. These are the concepts of the future. She did her she's doing her masters and a PhD, integrated masters and PhD in aerospace. So drones, we've all heard of drones, right? Drones were initially only used for military purposes, but now drones have also started being applied in the private sector for delivery, even for delivery, disaster recovery, for even for underground, underwater wrecks. If you want to search for underwater wrecks, even Amazon is planning to use drones for delivery. In cases of COVID, where there's a high risk of infection, people are using drones to actually communicate, to send. You might even travel in a Uber drone in the future to office, which is an unmanned vehicles. We see autonomous cars also, right? Similarly, you're going to have unmanned air vehicles that are going to be flying in the sky, doing a lot of things that are risky and that humans probably cannot do. So she's actually working on unmanned aerial vehicles. Her PhD is on aircraft design. Fantastic area. Look at this interview to understand how aerospace concepts of aerospace is being applied to drones. We have several other areas in core engineering here. Go under engineering, you can see biofuel researcher, speech processing, solar engineer. So feel free to go through these interviews to understand where these professionals studied and what they are currently doing, to understand the beauty of core engineering. I hope through the session today you understood. Many of you engineers who are studying engineering and planning to get into software, please think about that decision twice, and after reading these interviews I'm sure you will change your mind. I hope this session was useful to you, and talk to you later until the next session. Thank you.